Here we have a model paper, which is just a demo, and quick views, which is going to do some views. The app we're going to be looking at is TML, which is a markup language. You don't need to install TML, but you can, which I'll explain in a second. So if you were to go into settings, you would add TML apps like that. Right, back to Django demo. This is a markup language, and the main delivery, because I really don't like wasting time on markup, would be to go through to paper, which is our model, remember, have a look at the templates, have a look at the template we're going to be looking at, which we would like to be delivered in TML. And here is the template. And then we import a template tag, load TML. And then we add the template tag using the vertical bar, and I'm going to also be using UML, which is a small set of conversions which does things like smart quotes and a few other things, and TML itself, which will mark up the text for us. And when I say markup here, it will generate HTML. Okay, so that's all you've done really. You've optionally installed, and you've gone to a template, or however many templates you want, put TML in and put the tag in. You can do this in other ways. You can actually, these are detailed in the README, you can apply TML markup by running things through an IO input-output streams, and you can do that in the template. No, I mean the context variable, get context method. But this would be, I guess, most people's first choice. Would just be to put the tag on. So, if we went to look at a bit of paper, I mean, let's take it right from base, shall we? Paper. So here we are in admin, and we go to paper. And then this is a bit of paper we have at the moment. There's no TML codes in here, so that's just showing, and we have no CSS, so it's just showing us browser basic code. Now, before we plunge straight into using TML, which I don't intend to do much of, I'd just like to point out another feature of TML. The app, if you have installed, let's go back up to paper. If you have installed, you can do this. Inside admin or some other form, bringing admin across to have a look at admin, you can add this. You can add a TML. You can make something into a TML text area. Now, the important thing about this is it doesn't actually do anything in terms of the input. The main point of this is it just adds a help. It adds a help button to wherever you put it. Again, there's another way of doing this. Adding the help button to a form. You can add it to all the buttons on a form. You can just add it to selected fields on a form. Fields was the word I meant there. But, because you can't add a button to a button, unless you get in particularly crazy with your HTML. Anyway, you'll see here's our form, but the interesting thing is we have the help markup button. If we press that, you'll see a kind of formatted pop-up about how to use TML. Remember, we're now delivering TML through the detail there. Here's our paper detail. We are delivering both UML and TML. Right, I said the UML was a little set of markups for text. So, I mean, I don't intend to plunge all the way through UML and TML, but let's just have a look at those. So, let's type something with inverted commas. Let's continue. That was all changed okay. Let's go and have a look at what that looks like. And you'll see we've got curly inverted commas. UML can do that. It has a little idea for copyright. That's two brackets with a C between them. Save and continue editing. Let's just have a look at what that would look like rendered through UML. Look, we've got a copyright symbol. There's a few other things available. As for actual markup, you haven't really noticed anything there, but TML handles markup in much the same way as tech, actually, which means that line ends tend to get converted to spaces, and you need two line ends to make a paragraph. Also, UML can do an ellipse. There we go. You'll see how one line end there simply becomes a space. You need two line ends to force the paragraph change, and UML has changed that into an ellipse. There's a few other things available. This is a stripped down version of TML, but it contains everything I think you'll probably need for a web page, at least in terms of typographical markups. So, this is how you do an ordered list, plus OL for ordered list, and little bars with an end plus, of course, there. Hold on, let me point to the end plus. Right, let's save that and see what it looks like as a web page. There we go, 1, 2, 3. All this is here on the help button. Look, there's the ordered list. Here's the... Oh no, have I shown you anything else yet? I'm not sure I have. No, the curly quotes are not on there because the UML. We've got some headlines. Headlines convert directly into a HTML, three equal signs. Actually, let's make it's more fun. Let's make it a little deeper, that subhead. And we should see a headline appear. Ah, there we go, subhead. When is a headline a subhead and when is one not? I don't know. Anyway, oh yeah, and, you know, not used that often to be honest, but surrounding stuff with question marks. Makes a pre. So all this should be formatted. As is. Look at that. There we go. Formatted as is. You know, I mean, the main point is to get the HTML in, things that people can use. Do you know what? I've spelt Wikipedia wrong there. For those of you, I think, who are terribly precise. Oh, no, I haven't. Anyway, for those of you who are terribly precise, you are actually satisfied. As I say, this is just browser CSS, which is fine for displaying. It does these things. I mean, let's have a quick look. There you go, surrounded by pre. Here we have the ordered list appearing here. And there's the headline. There's the headline. I mean, you know, you would add some CSS to improve things. Look, I'm not gonna go crazy on CSS, but I've got a little bit in here just to make it, you know, convince a client that you're not just messing around here. Oh, there we go. And there's our subhead, our list, our pre, which has been rendered in a monospace font, which were quite common, to be honest. We got our curly quotes, actually looking rather nicer there. We got our Wikipedia with our quote symbol. There we go, TML. Like I say, I don't like messing around with markup. Please, just let's do it.